Let's do it. We are now in. Ready. It's time. Let's get disco.
Oh no! Oh no, 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 no!
Begin.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
Thanks, ancient reptilian brain.
Ever.
Okay.
Never, ever.
Never ever ever.
Never, ever, ever, baby.
Oh god, they're British.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
What's that about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
No, I think I want to know what that was.
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
Now I want to get off now. I like pain and burning light and wanting things from people who don't give them to me.
Do you really?
I do, let me off.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
All right, Inland Empire. Tell me what's out there.
There's this giant ball there. An evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball.
How big is that bowl?
You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large.
Sounds like a pretty big bowl.
Infinitesimally small.
All right, what are we doing it out about?
Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face, or you lose.
That's pretty sad.
Yes, it is. And you drowned in that sadness a long time ago.
What do you mean drowned?
You lost.
The sound outside, you recognize it. It's a Caprice Canela motor carriage.
I recognize that sound. It's whatever he said. Alright, I'm going to save here cause I'm going to test something. I'm going to show you how fast you can die if I do this right.
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
Let's pull on this light bulb.
A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain.
Bring it on.
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw.
So I'm guessing this is bad.
Very bad. This is the end bad. All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark. You don't even see her face. Like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear. Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away
That's how
yesterday.
fast you can die.
His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He was the heaviest drinker I'd ever met. Captain Ptolemy Price, the deceased superior officer, commented, "That ain't easy on the ticker." He loved his liquor, sure, said Detective Chester McLean, friend and colleague. But I think before he ever had a heart attack, his heart was broken. According to an official statement given by the RCM, the officer was on the brink of solving a murder case.
I died. That's why I saved first. I have 1 HP. I have a lot of morale though. We'll be fixing that 1 HP eventually, but not yet. Alright, let's get our stuff together. Alright, we got a shirt on. It gives us a little more cop's skill. So that's what your equipment does in this game. For the most part it gives you bonus skills, which is really cool. I like it a lot. Hi, let's get our pants.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, "Whirling in rags," on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on
We
it.
found our room key.
It should open the door. This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
Let's not die this time.
Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you.
I died again.
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw.
I'm sure it's just hard for it.
It's many years of combined self-neglect and self-abuse. All you feel is pain. Cop suffers final heart.
There are ways to make that easier. I just wanted to try again. I died reaching up for my tie.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your fleet. It says,
Alright, let's try that again.
this fan has 2 chain or as it beat, the blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to
Let's see if we die this time.
You reach out to grab the
Oh no, we died again.
This fan has as it the blades come squeaking to a halt. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap.
We
It's
succeeded
released from
finally.
the blade. Warning, warning, the necktie is no longer contained. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. If it's your friend, why was it up there? Who ties their friend to a ceiling fan? Maybe this thing is dangerous somehow.
So this is disco. A man full of his stat-based voices in his head.
An ominous, foreboding feeling fills you as you look at the tie. You hear it says,
Alright, we found our keys again. We're mostly dressed. Let's save.
a mirror
Because we
hangs
are
above
going to die
bent
a
and
lot.
broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
I'm going to wipe them in.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Maybe I should touch it first, make sure there's nothing wrong with my face.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
What's wrong?
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin.
I'm going to check my nose.
Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
At least my tongue is okay, maybe.
It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
Alright, let's see what we look like.
Behold,
Behold.
you have no idea who this thing is, do you?
This is the face of a late-stage alcoholic.
Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I'm not making it, the face is making it itself.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
Yeah, the sense of humor of this game is very fun. It's very British with.
You couldn't stop if you wanted to. It's neurological.
I refuse to stop.
You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
These are all good. This is the obvious classic meme. But I think I'm insinuating on vaguely sympathetic. I think I'm sort of pulling it off too in a sad has been kind of way. There's some charm to it.
There might have been, 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now.
I'm going to try and dig into my mind.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place, somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
That's pretty bad chance we're just going to skip that for now. Well, we now know what we look like. Could be worse. Could be better. Looks like someone tore the tape out while the song was playing. Probably not me who would do that. Alright, we got one of our shoes. And there's a broken window there. There's something on the table. Some coins that we just stole. And our other shoe which we threw out a window for some reason. We're now dressed. We aren't very fashionable though. But that's fine.
There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet, like two baby crocodiles.
How do they fit?
Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Fair enough.
Hello, officer.
We're going to be quick saving a lot with this game. Hello there.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Officer, am I military personnel?
No.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
Chief Executive Officer, right?
The young woman shakes her head slowly.
Chief Technical Officer.
No. You're a police officer, sir.
You're shitting me.
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
All this time,
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
what police business?
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
I'm not sure my heart could take it. But I kind of got it. Screw it, slut cop.
Try the expression. Come on, why are you still doing this?
I can't not.
Alcohol raises testosterone levels, especially in men. The levels remain elevated after inebriation ends and the pain begins. You seek comfort. It's only natural.
Damn lady.
She puts out her cigarette. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
And now, it never stops. Goodbye.
Damn. The year is 51. I won't bother her again. I'm not that kind of cop. I also do. She's great. Hey bro, you alright? A man is sleeping at the table. Wearing mud cake boots and rolled down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines and circled by a logo with a tree.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man does not mind. You probably need them more.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
Yoink, I'll try to wake him up.
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens.
Oh well. Hey
Hello,
lady.
Sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Hi, okay, we'll go talk to the best boy. We'll meet our boyfriend.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You.
It's the boy.
As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
I will shake his hands.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize He's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
Invent a name.
Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
It's cool, but when I come off as a douche if I call myself that.
You instinctively run your hand over the multi-patterned silk of your tie. Its slickness gives you comfort and reassurance.
Our tie is talking to us now.
Don't worry! Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name for one classy cop.
All right.
Yes, well,
Just ignores it.
Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an intra-departmental joke or a peculiarity he doesn't understand.
it looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
No, I haven't.
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. I understand the scene is out back, right?
This man is going to do his very best to keep me the disaster in order.
It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
I have not.
Okay. We'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's
I'm just
case.
not going to lie to him. I'm not going to lie to this boy.
Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
I'm playing an honest top this time. No, I haven't.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Fair enough.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
Buddy. I'm having some memory problems.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
I could be so sure I'm from the police. How could you, that is?
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is, he's not from the rat squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
Oh, internal affairs, right.
Yes, but I'm not them. I'm from criminal investigation.
So these are me, right?
Yes.
They're just white rectangles.
They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
Shouldn't I have a badge or something?
You mean you don't have a badge?
It wasn't on me when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
What if I'm not a cop?
We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will.
I love how good he is just walking past my bullshit.
And then, soon after, dead bodies would be dangling from all the trees.
But first, we have to take it down.
All right, lay out our plan.
Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down. After you, officer.
All right, boss.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Let's go talk to the manager.
A man in his late 20s with a thin, unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant. Could he be irritated with you? He avoids eye contact altogether, like you're not even there.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
My name is Detective Raphael Ambrosius Casto.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
I'm just going to let him handle the talking.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this.
This game's very sassy. Where is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
How do we get there?
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
Do you know who killed him?
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
Did you kill him?
What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
All right. Where'd the cafeteria runner go?
She went away because none of your business.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Am I not a cop? I'm pretty sure it's my business.
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Damn, bro.
Thank you.
Didn't go away.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching.
That first line, ouch. I'm not going to take that. That's a douche slide. I like to be thorough.
Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This is clearly a touchy subject for him.
What's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias I manage. 3. Get over it.
What's your beef, dude?
Why would I have a problem with you? You're a hero, cop.
So I'm a hero, you say?
Yes, you are. A real decorated hero.
Cool, tell me about my heroics.
What did you not do? First you took the body down, then you solved the murder, then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike.
I did that. Holy shit, I'm awesome.
No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got here.
Oh shit, what have I been doing?
No, I haven't seen you around. I just got here, remember? Was there anything else?
I guess not.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination. But...
Sure, it's imagination.
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
no, don't listen to him. It's madness. Just talk.
And now my inner voices are fighting each other. If I had made this Inland Empire check but not a volition check, I would have had to just run. Because I wouldn't have been able to convince myself not to bolt. This game is very funny. So what are you talking about, buddy?
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Oh, I owe you money,
Wow,
all right.
You're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him!
But what exactly is money?
What are you, a philosopher?
Since I woke up, I have trouble remembering even the most basic concepts of reality.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
Honestly, that was a surprisingly sedate response. Is this money?
Yes, it is.
All right, I think I've got 40.
No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real.
But that's horrible.
It is.
I'm so pathetic that this guy is starting to pity me.
For a moment, his antipathy is overcome by compassion for the sheer smallness of the money. Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have?
Darkness rides.
It does, doesn't it?
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber. That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
Alright, what do I owe you for?
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
Honestly, that's a pretty fair bill for him to be mad about. "3 days of room, pay a lot of booze and a broken window, yeah, fair enough, buddy.
I'm sorry,
I'll get you
but
your
he
money.
has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
I do not know where my home is.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
I do not remember.
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
Up on Marble Hill.
Why did you say that?
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, do you know a place called Marble Hill?
No. But isn't that an expression, not a place?
What do you mean?
A saying. Up on Marble Hill, a great high place. One that is impossible to climb back to.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can
Interesting.
stay if you run out of money.
I'm tempted. Should I try to figure it out, or should I embrace the hobo? Let's see. I'm playing this run for real instead of making the joke run. I will probably actually try to figure it out. But I'm always tempted by Hoboko. Kobo Cop. Close enough.
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
All right, now we've unlocked a new system. Our mind is so messed up that we have to actually try to run thoughts through it. Let's try and figure out where we live. So for the next few hours we'll be thinking about this when we can. Alright, let's talk to this nice old lady.
Hello, sweetie.
Hey there, Green Grand.
She is appraising you scientifically, the way she would an exceptional zoological specimen. It's not like that.
Does that mean you like me?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin.
Grandma is charming.
But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides.
In another time and place,
Understood.
she might have flirted back, but that ship sailed long ago.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
Oh yeah, this game is full of fascinating systems.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Fair enough.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
You seem to be in a chair.
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height, or a grenade explosion.
Sorry, that was probably rude.
That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway.
There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
She won't judge you, no matter what you say.
I drank so hard I literally forgot everything.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
I've got the answer, but...
That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
No idea.
We're in the city of Revachol, dear.
What kind of place is that?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I.
All right, Grandma.
I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
I think I saw
That's
that,
right,
yeah.
dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Thanks, Grandma. Grandma's so nice.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
I want you all to just read these. How awesome, read them, but just this game's very good. Number 1, some kind of democracy maybe. Number 2, I'd like to think it's a dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not. Number 3, our leaders are fierce warriors set to verse the plain on steeds civilization towers before us. Number 4, we are covered by intelligent machines perform calculations to determine the freest markets. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. Number 5. Radios are being used to control people's mind and distort our perception of reality. Controlling our true masters, foreigners and women. Concealing, that is. Or number 6. Cop. We are living under the cop regime. I'm going for number 2, I think.
Oh, sweetie. It's really not. There used to be people who thought that way. Other people who wanted those things, but they all went extinct. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no dictatorship of the proletariat.
But they still have cops.
If there's no government, how come they're cops?
Oh dear. And you were doing so
I'm
well.
playing this game straight.
There aren't any cops in Revachol, not
You'll
in the
see.
traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution.
I'm going to answer questions honestly. That's how we really make this a political game.
But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
How do I do?
You were doing quite well up until the end there. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs, and while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Thank you,
She
Grandma.
means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
This is the most stable grandma, and it's good that she's here. So tell me about the revolution.
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
What does that have to do with her not being any cops?
It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things? And how can I help you?
Do you know who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Fair enough, he's here to do his job, I respect it.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
Hey, Grandma, want to join my party?
Whatever do you mean?
I want you to be my wheelchair partner fighting crime. Ridding the backyard of corpses, catching sequence killers.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who'll need you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
I know, but there are also side mysteries. Sequence killers and phrase into the peri-natural.
I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
But I like you.
Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down, perhaps another time.
That'd be nice.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Thanks, Grandma. You've been more helpful than pretty much anyone else. And she gave us a pen. Hell yeah. Hello, miss. I'll come talk to you in a minute. But let's take a look at the body first. Actually no, I'm going to go this way first. I've decided a different path. I will start here.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet.
I love the weird aesthetic of this world.
This must be the infernal machine, that toy from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. The frequency tableau lights up, and a green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye.
I got to use the radio and try and tell people I'm fucked up.
The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Hi Alice, this is the officer speaking. Nice to meet you.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
A little bit yet. Could you connect me to my precinct? I have something I need to talk about.
Just a second, officer.
Thank you.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
Oh god, the ultra-French cups.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest.
Hello there.
In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array
We barely
of
started.
wires and antennas. The radio switchboard.
I hope your day didn't go too poorly.
The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4 Station 41. I got an urgent business. Over.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over. 10-18, state your message.
Reporting
sir.
in. My badge is missing.
10-9, over.
My badge, I can't find it
10-4,
anywhere.
message
It's gone.
received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 1022 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Who's this?
This is Communication Officer Jules Pidieux, sir. Over. You mean your partner? Over.
I have a partner.
What is he saying? He's asking who you are. I'm his goddamn partner. It's your partner, Satellite Officer Wittmar, sir. Over.
Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge?
Yes.
Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge.
I'm getting roasted by all the other cops.
Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Can we just move on? I want to fight you over this.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Did you all please stop?
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why? Did he find it?
Everyone's going to laugh at me.
Sergeant Person was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
Other things.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun, too.
Sergeant Person wants to know if you lost your gun, too.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you?
I don't have my gun.
No. It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
Don't sweat it, Bratan! You don't need a gun to have fun! We can still have fun! It's not all over!
10-9, coming officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
I have to lie.
Even before you can get the words out, everything gets scrambled in your brain.
No, of course I did lose my fun. Gun. Fuck it. I didn't lose my gun.
He says he didn't lose his gun. Or his fun, whatever that means.
Ask him to describe it. His gun. Not his fun. Just the gun will do.
Satellite Officer McLean requests a description of your weapon. Over.
Oh, request a description, huh? We'll give him one. Describe the plasma gun.
Let's lead into it. For start, it's massive. The flare cooling fence along the front and hydrogen flash sticking out too.
10-9, come again please. Over.
It's got a magnetic accelerator and arc that accelerates the energized bowl of periwinkle blue hydrogen placed plasma 10-year light speed.
I'm going to need to put you on speaker for a second. Over.
In contact with the date with the power of a dying star erasing every living thing from existence. Oh, and did I mention it's dripping with sexy blue plasma?
The officer officer is describing his genitalia in exaggerated terms. Over.
Host in heaven. Did he lose his gun and his mind?
Dear God, he lost his gun? Oh my, I can't.
This isn't really a laughing matter.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Nur by himself, but Disco here made him piss his pants.
Hell yeah, I'm making people laugh.
Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost his... Ask him if he still got his wiener.
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over.
Which one? I can't resist. I left his mom's after I fucked her all day.
That's a negative. Not going to say that. Over.
What's he saying? Share with the class.
He said he sodomized your mother.
The prick ate Mama's vanilla waffles at the captain's birthday party. Some nerve he's got.
Perfect
sure,
response.
Vanilla waffles were the only thing he ate?
Shut up, Chester. This isn't funny. This is my mom we're talking about. Tell him to apologize right now.
Sergeant Orson requests that you apologize for the claims that you made about his mother. Over.
It was just banter, don't worry about it.
He says he's sorry and didn't mean nothing by it.
Okay. Tell him
to find his goddamn badge and gun. That's the only thing that matters here.
Satellite officer.
Fine, I'll do it.
Affirmative. Officer is in pursuit of his firearm.
Oh God,
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over.
All right. I've got amnesia.
Okay, 10-4, sir. I hear you. Relay your question. Over.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through.
What's there to think about?
You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost your memory. Be smart about this. Ask if he's there alone.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
I need some confidential information.
That's a negative, sir. I got a 10-12. Visitors present here. Over.
So what's on my bed, you know, just to tell me?
What is it? He's still on the line?
He wants to verify the information on his badge.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revacholian Cavalry Force.
Tell him to stop wasting
time.
What do you need, sir? Over. Understood, sir. Over.
You got any money?
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
What does he want now?
He's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
It's for the investigation.
It's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red cent. You can tell him that.
Request denied, sir. Over. Anything else, sir? Over.
Very helpful.
Roger that. 10-10. Over.
Let's leave.
And out.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered around Communication Officer Jules Oldboy Pidier, around a dozen cops. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, a buzz with laughter, when Officer Judith Minot enters. Her left arm is in bandages, and her hair trimmed short.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
What happened is my partner made contact. It's not good. He's lost his badge and his sidearm. He seemed confused, delirious even.
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story to his partner, Chester McLean, near the entrance.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, alright. Sounded fucking drunk to me.
Yeah, Mac's right. This was some gnarly shit there. I mean, before he started begging for money, it was...
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us, goddamn this.
We must help him.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get him on carrot juice? He's a lost man.
I mean, kind of you probably should try.
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were his words. This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain, or anyone else. We'll give him a couple of days to pull his shit together.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank call here. We all got our laughs. Now get back to work.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer...
All right, so
quietly
that's one
hunches
person
with his
there who
hand
isn't a
in the
bastard.
motor carriage. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work. The pull-out toolbox slides
Nothing I
back
need yet.
into its nest. Preheater gauge casts
But
warm
good to
glow
know.
on the steering levers and the radio on its hook. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation: we're not going anywhere right now. Alternative translation:
Fair enough.
don't even think you can drive my MC.
Fair enough, I wouldn't trust me to drive either.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a
Looks
radio
wrong
microphone,
button.
a pull.
Yes?
I should be very clear to you that I have no memory.
Response. He's having trouble processing it. Believe
Looks
it,
wrong
it's
button.
even.
I have to repeat it, I don't remember anything, there was drinking involved.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
I am really lacking some basic information and organization here.
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Focus on other people's
Understood.
troubles, not your own. That is a relief.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
All right, bro.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. Hey there.
Sup, man.
It's the jam, my man.
What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
So that's where I am.
Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife.
So how long have you been here, buddy?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Extravagantly phrased, but I like it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need?
What's up with this strike?
It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out.
Who are the demanding?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company
Fair
rep in
enough.
town too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
What do you think the company wants?
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
All right.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do.
All of who?
Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
Not you.
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
Know anything about the dude who died?
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Busy with what?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
What did you figure out?
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
Fair enough. What you calling buddy?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Time to arrest him. Relax. He's merely joking.
And again, this was another battle between two inner voices. If this one passed and this one didn't, I wouldn't be able to play it off as joke. Wicked, I've always wanted a friend in the underworld.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
That's your machine over there.
This rockin' beauty. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6?
Bad Nazik you got there.
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
There it is again. a little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry.
Nothing illegal
Not
then.
unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
I am going to try and look into his soul.
In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing, flecks of brown and gold.
Familiar how?
It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon.
So what are you missing, buddy?
Excuse me?
You can tell me.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from home.
What's that?
Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou, pretty much. On another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. Can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows.
What's that like?
What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
Is that what it is? This feeling?
I miss someone, but I don't know who it is.
I feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss. Missing like that doesn't feel like it has much of an upside. But, thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone, and I know it wasn't easy to ask. I hope you find your way through your own troubles.
Thanks, man.
Don't be a stranger.
I love the conversations in this game, this very interesting. They very much thought out a world you're in.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
You sound surprised.
We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all.
Got some questions?
Of course. What can I help you with?
Who are you?
Me? I am just a gardener.
What you doing?
I am working.
On what?
I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done.
There's discomfort. She stops mid-sentence.
Well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to
Fair
clean it up.
enough.
You can get to work soon.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale. Of course. I won't hold you back.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Can I borrow your gloves?
Sure. Keep them. I have another pair.
Thank you very much. Those will help. Now for this conversation.
Welcome to Revachol.
Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
The lieutenant's impassive mask has been replaced with intensity. He speaks not as a cop, but as a citizen. He is Vacholier, a Revacholian.
You tell him, buddy.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
He's right, you know.
Oh, come on, man. I just said, welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You do make
I mean,
a
yet I've
cute
got your
couple.
back.
You know that?
Thanks. We really do. No insulting my weird cop
The
boyfriend.
lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness. You sense slight embarrassment for the outburst. Or is it pride? Impossible to tell.
Whatever you say, officers. Oh, not much anymore.
What are you
I'm
hauling?
here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
How long has this been
The strike?
happening?
Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so.
What are you going to pick up?
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Apples.
Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions?
We're done for now. Who change? Hell yet I'll still change. Alright, let's stop avoiding the body. Actually stopping here first, then stop avoiding the body. Hey lady.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
What's that magazine you're reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
I can't not.
She pops her raspberry-flavored bubblegum and nods. The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apologetic half-smile.
Alright, what's free?
I don't know. Frit?
Why is it written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
The story goes that normal Fritta with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
I love the random shit.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
Do you know anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
Did you know him?
Not really.
Not really.
No. I didn't know him at all.
Fair enough. How long has it been there?
I don't know, really long.
You got any clues?
I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
Useful to have a good cop here.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for the help. Now what do you know about reality?
Reality? You mean, what reality? Economic reality, or...?
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher. Can she answer the classroom question?
Yes, tell me about economic reality.
I don't really know anything. I mean, I'm 15.
That's a very good time to learn about economic reality.
Yeah, that's why I'm working my arse off in Frit. So I guess, like, that's economic.
Fair enough. Tell me about physical reality then.
I don't know. What about it?
Where are we?
We're in Frit?
On a larger scale.
As mankind, or as a nation, or...
What will her essay prompt be?
As a mankind.
In a good place. I mean, science is doing great, and this radio computer thing seems to be kinda big. I don't know.
Honestly, kind of interesting answer. What time is it?
I don't know. Look at the clock. It's right behind you on the wall.
The clock shows the time at 10:09. The hands seem to be still. It's apparent the clock doesn't work.
What is the revolution?
When ordinary people take over the government and demands democracy.
What about the one we had?
Yeah, it happened like 50 years ago or so. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. At history, I mean.
Fair enough. Tell me about the coalition.
Our government? Or do you mean something else? Sorry, I really need to finish this article.
Yes, stop bothering you, kid.
Cool.
It's fine. Later.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Understood, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks, kid. Alright, let's go actually do our job. Quit it, kid.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Jesus, what is that?
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow!
Thanks,
Tom's
buddy.
gonna blow, Kuno!
I'm probably going to blow.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
We're going to pop.
You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Sorry about that,
It's
man.
okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it. The hangover is clearly making
Thanks.
these worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. That young woman,
Where should we
the
get it
gardener,
from?
mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Alright, let's try again. You got any
It's
salts
raining
left?
again. It was clear just an hour ago. Sure, I'm done with them. Go easy on that stuff.
Thank
It
you
gave
very
me
much.
A terrible headache.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it, it's the ammonia only
Let's try
makes
again.
it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Not doing so well for us. I didn't know.
Nor does the wind right now.
The weight is reassuring, like a crenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat.
As you may notice, our character has one physique and one metrics. We are all mental this game.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
You are being weak. This is weakness, and it cannot go on much longer, or you will lose.
Let's try this again.
An appropriate attitude. You need to get your shit together.
You're right.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
You've gained a thought. When
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
We got a new thought. We got to compress our shit. Our shit is apart. And it's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together. Compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the two hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people, maybe it'll help. Alright, we got to get our shit together. It's fine, now is the time to learn the Lord. The Lord too. Hey bro.
Life
You're playing Podunk.
doesn't need to be a struggle. I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to Angry Hard René first.
Fair enough, men.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
Let's just keep an eye on them for the minute.
See? Your munching and complaining have ruined my concentration.
He missed.
Ah, mon Dieu. The pain in my back is unbearable. I can't even say if it's in my back or hip anymore. Feels like it's in both.
I hope you pass out from it, you goddamn jellyfish. Men like you are the reason this nation is sinking.
Trying to throw something as close to a predetermined point as possible. Measuring. This must be the age-old game of petanque.
I am not a pedantment. We're just going to go and talk to him.
You're such a wuss.
Sure, officer.
Thanks.
I am René Arnaud, and my specially abled partner here is Gaston Martin. How can we help you?
You know anything about the dead body?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement, but this affair has passed me by completely.
Most of the locals.
In Martinez, the union is the law, so can you really blame them?
But you don't mind the cops. I also like that.
Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
All right,
he
buddy.
Doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
What about police women?
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties.
Damn, bro. We're not going to be a sexist cop.
But you must agree that nature, in her infinite wisdom, has made men more fit to perform certain, more challenging tasks. Don't you, officer?
Damn, bro, you just saying it.
Really, officer. Match an average woman against an average man in a dark alley and see who comes out on top. Gender equality is a very noble, very modern idea. But in real life, primal roles prevail. But I do not wish to discuss this matter further.
Primal roles, you said. All right, you seem to be playing the game in a crater.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Do you know what created it?
I do. Fire from heavy artillery.
What artillery?
Why what?
Why was it used?
Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Who are the communards?
Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose the name to feel special. Senseless sentimentality.
So were you in the war?
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked.
Ah, so you fought valiantly into the death.
Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Why shall here?
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first. Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol.
He finds your lack of historic knowledge troubling, a sign of mental deterioration in the preceding generation.
Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in
Good for
Revachol
him.
during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta.
Sounds good. Grim even.
This here is Blood Ground, where Coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Tell me about the coalition.
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil.
Is that why this area's so bombed out?
Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players at the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
Let's see which one. Do I want to make the old man even madder? I also like that one. I don't want to make him madder though. Or I kind of want to, that is.
Preposterous! Surely you don't mean it. I'm just sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those commie hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking my piss in the mountains, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Fouissel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case.
This royal failure weighs heavily on him.
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now
Oh,
it's
he's a
neon signs
royalist.
with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
I'm not sure the communist wanted to replace the rule of the royalists with capitalism. I'm just saying I don't think he understands communism just like most old men. So tell me about the old king.
A true king in both blood and mind. Led Revachol before Frissel. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile.
Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillaume abandoned him, and he doesn't want to admit it.
Alright, tell me about the other one.
Damn Frissel. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution.
Alright, what's this?
The suzerain is the king! Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already.
Maybe.
Soon, they will forget everything. Him too. Then he chooses anger over melancholy.
It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go of the past and his old uniform. This is not uncommon.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabineers in service of Frissel I, Guillaume le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him.
Don't you mean Frissel the Fan?
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn.
There's something you missed. You will get to it, don't worry.
What do you say, old man?
I have really
Let's talk to the
outdone
other
myself.
old man.
This is divine.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat arse of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
René, it's a little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle.
These are some very French old men.
Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
So what do you know about the dead man?
Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really.
Nothing at all.
No, officers, I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist. You are both good guys. I can see that.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the ghost caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
He means caviar socialists.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that.
Fair enough.
Lord, he doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something off here.
Are you sure?
I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Evrard.
Who?
Evrard Clare. Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea. There he stands, proud, rigid and alone, like a cracking marble statue.
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes. This animosity is ancient.
Are you a union member?
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Evrard, Edgar, and the older debarders all know me.
In many ways.
Oh, yes.
So you're not a member?
Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Evrard keeps me on the payroll, just for the little things.
So that's what it was
Fair
before.
enough.
Him hiding something. He tries to make it look like he's a big deal in the Union, and now the illusion is disintegrating before your and Rene's eye. He doesn't know anything, because no one tells him anything. He's an outsider.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a Vezavein. Turns to where the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate this socialist rabble. But even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
Okay, what are the little things?
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say.
Like what?
Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Evrard and I have these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Tell me more about these caviar socialists.
I don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics is not really something I involve myself in, officer.
I'm in kind of. People got to believe something.
I believe everyone has the right to think and do whatever they want. Even if it's nothing at all. I'm very adaptable.
Mon Dieu.
No, thank you.
Fair enough.
For being consummate professionals.
He is
You'll
indeed.
have this case wrapped up in no time.
All right, later.
Volumetric shit compressor.
Our shit has been compressed.
Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
Fair enough. We have fully compressed our shit. End. We are going to gain a single endurance so we don't instantly die from things. There we go. Most of the rest of our stats are going to go into mental things, but for that one we want to have 1 HP at least.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Hello there.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
What type of store
It's
is
a bookstore,
this?
sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
What's a board game?
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards.
What's a postcard?
A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
She is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it impolite to point out any perceived weirdness.
What's a book?
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter.
Thanks, kid, you're very helpful.
My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
Mind if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What's your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And why are you out here in the cold?
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling, but she's cold.
You go get.
Kind of you to offer, sir.
You're cool, kid.
What could you do to help her anyway?
Oh no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Yeah, number 3 was pretty good. Shouldn't you be at school or something?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Is it school important?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
How's business going?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Kirsten, what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
bankrupt.
Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
That sounds serious. I should look into that.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes, Please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir.
What do you know about the other businesses?
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
What does this curse do?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
But the plasmic manifestations...
No such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
Kim doesn't like me talking about ghosts.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
What crime?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Why would anyone want to read about crime?
It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things, and it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
Honestly, this kid's pretty damn smart. I'm a policeman, you know.
You don't look much like a policeman.
What does the cop look like?
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
It's not your body that's important for police work, it's your brain.
Head? Yes.
No, it's your soul. Your blue soul. Not head, child. Heads.
Flexibility. There are millions different people out there and you have to get in their heads. Sometimes you got to be the killer to catch the killer.
Isn't that very dangerous?
Policemen live and breathe danger.
Unlike you, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you.
This kid right here, she's going places. This kid's caught us a few points of suggestion too.
Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
Yes. Welcome to the game. Okay, I'm going to try to do something right here.
She failed to deduce anything substantial. She waits intently.
I deduce that you were very small.
Come on, don't be silly. That's not a proper deduction.
Oh well, what's romance?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
What about when everyone is poor?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Sometimes you got to write about real-life things.
Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end.
What about a poor man with a rich lady?
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something.
She is very genre aware.
Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
What about if both men are bad?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
But what if it's written really well?
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
What about if it doesn't work out at all?
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Think she has one about an excruciatingly painful breakup.
I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though.
Oh God, he's been the most divorced possible answer. I'm not going to traumatize the
Sometimes they break
child.
up for a little while, but then they always get back together.
I have other questions, thanks, kid.
Maybe some about other books?
Tell me about these famous people.
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
She's already talking to me, that's enough trauma.
But it does make the famous people more famous.
Maybe someday someone will write a book about me.
Why would they do that, sir?
Because I'm going to be a super cop.
That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. Standing over a dead body, holding a gun.
I've reset this a role because she thinks I'm cool. Let's try again. With the power of this kid thinking I'm cool.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
Hey, why do you keep your hands
What
folded?
do you mean, sir?
She knows where this is going.
You don't need to be worried, I'm here to
She
help.
looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show them. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest.
He's noticed I'm deducing.
A facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the situation than his poise reveals.
It's all right, you can talk to me, kid.
She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
You bite your nails. He's into us actually doing something smart for once. He likes us action using our observation skills instead of bumbling around like an idiot.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded?
There were a few other hints.
Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
She actually is impressed. This is more like a defensive reflex. She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't.
Yeah, I was just going to give her the real answer.
It was okay, sir.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
Come on, kid, to do something about me. You're going to be my apprentice. I'm going to teach you deduction.
You're quite sober.
Well, you're wrong already.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
That's pretty funny. How do you know I'm usually not?
Because you usually aren't.
She's not wrong. I'm also sad and my head hurts.
I'm sorry, sir. I hope things get better soon.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar, somehow. There's something.
This kid is great. She has unlocked the thought.
Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
We've met before,
Yes,
haven't we?
I stand in this spot all the time. You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir. Telling people about being a star or something. I don't really understand who those stars are.
That's a bad sign. Did I ever talk to you, kid? Am I going to jail?
Of course, you've stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you.
Thanks, I'm trying.
Yeah, I can see. You don't have party eyes anymore.
Party eyes. Yes, of course. That makes sense.
I'm not surprised children have seen you running around with party eyes on, he thinks. Not at all.
Party eyes.
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd on a man.
So she means
The
hyper-stimulated.
swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That is what she meant. You were probably gurning too. Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy.
I'm not going to lean into the drugs. But I do want to know if I've been taking any.
Oh, baby, that's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important thing.
So why didn't you tell me you knew me to begin with?
I didn't know I had to do that.
Now you're right, kid. Thanks for hooking me up with some
I'm glad I could
intel.
help you, sir.
This kid has been very helpful. All right, let's go talk inside.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
A curious pendant you're wearing.
Oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times.
I'm not going to beg for money. So you're the owner of the store?
I am! The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
Your daughter is the one outside, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
I'm not sure I like you, but she was doing extremely well.
Wonderful! Did you talk to her? Great!
I did.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
Honestly. If that kid talked to me in real life yet, I'd probably go in and buy a book that was a real good sell.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
I mean, this is true, but I don't know if I should tell her. Yet. I'm not a fan of this though, so I'm going to tell her this part.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
Denial is the way she copes with criticism.
I'm having trouble. I want to make multiple choices here.
You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening.
How much do you pay the kid?
Good, sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her, as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there.
Slap the cuffs on her. Such criminal behavior would not happen in more developed countries.
True.
Those countries will realize they've raised a lazy and spoiled generation. Are we done with the jokes now?
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
I'm going to drop it for now. 'Cause I don't want to give the kid more trouble.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
Then why
What if
are you
I want to
talking
buy a
me?
book?
Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go. Be drawn.
This lady is much worse at selling than her daughter is. That kid did an excellent job.
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
Come on, she tried to sell me all the genres you've got and this lady won't do
She's
shit.
attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books.
Do you even know what you're selling?
Truth be told, not really. My sister brings in most of the goods. I'm sure it's all very literary stuff with well-written prose, but you don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories.
Shouldn't you know about
I
them?
provide a valuable service. As long as people buy books, I'm fine.
Where do you learn about the important things then?
The truth is available if you just know where to look, and you have to open and free your mind to understand.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
I'm not going to get this kid more trouble yet. Until I find something to arrest her over.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
What's that?
An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag.
Hell yeah.
Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books? There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense.
I might be coming back to buy that later. I currently have 64 cents, so I can't get it now. But I'll be making money soon. I'm a super cup. Of course I'll make money. Alright, let's go over here actually. Take a look around. Are you all right? Okay. Guess that guy's fine. Mind if I grab this bag?
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Poor viewer.
The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Vandalism.
Probably some kids.
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards. That's Kuno on the lens. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this to be the Star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo, the central symbol of the Pericarnassian Church, a star, a great moral height to be strived towards. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows.
A lot of mental stats let you analyze things deep when you start talking between them. Alright, I've got some bottles.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
What's this doing here?
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick. They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Everard Clare, the union leader. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here.
Shouldn't someone do something about that?
We should have done something about the union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer.
All right, let's collect some cans. We're going to make some money with good old-fashioned honest work. I'm sure like half of these bottles were ours anyways.
This Post Lavatorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
You're doing your job, delivery box.
The box seems happy.
Good job, delivery box. Hell yeah, they did. I'm not afraid to scrounge to the trash.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Hell yeah, we were making money. We've now got $2. Let's see if I've got any up in my room.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
I do. I can clean up my mess at least.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
I'm sorry.
No problem, officer.
There's nothing else you can say in this situation. This is pretty bad. Let's take a look over here. Take their loose change.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods.
Who is this?
A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane." Not a good track record of mental health in that family.
What did this king do?
What did he do? You have no idea what you did a week ago. How would you know what this guy did many centuries ago? High above you, the
Fair
king
enough.
stands triumphantly oblivious to your memory trouble.
Yeah, they had some time there. Don't worry, I'm not stealing. I'm totally stealing.
The small, wrinkled
Hey,
woman
bro.
does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your...
Grandma.
Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray like lead.
Can I ask you anything?
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Well, I'll just let her rock then. What's going on here?
We have a right to work!
Oh no, it's a scabs.
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I? What's going on?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Probably not.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work!
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
What kind of cars?
Rights of people, rights of workers, to have gainful employment, to make a salary, and feed their families.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
I don't believe I've chosen any sides yet.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work! Right to work! Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you!
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
When a bunch of
What's up with this strike, you two?
cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people.
What do they want?
Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
What is your goal?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you're unable to get
Main
in.
gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny nest punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Who?
Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him.
How bad could it be?
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
Why don't we talk?
Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
So who is your folks?
Honest men and women, with rights, to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If Union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
I'm out of here. I got to escape this guy. Oh, let's turn in some more bottles though.
The tear machine stands. Your bottles clunk into the...
Hell yeah, we've made a few bucks off of that. Alright, let's go actually do our job before the night ends. Also possibly kill this kid. In a minute, actually, I forgot to check this first.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container. Oh, I'd absolutely spend it on this one.
The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Lieutenant, there could be
Trash,
something in
food
here.
waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
I feel like there's something in there. Just a hunch, maybe someone threw something in there. How do we get it open?
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Yes, since we're actually doing our job, maybe he'll want to work with us. We have stopped being a problem for now.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul is immense.
Utterly. And it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people.
This goes well with the theory I'm developing, but I'm down on my luck, superstar person.
Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works.
What should I say?
You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry.
No, I think I should sing something happy.
No. Don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
Can I help you?
Trash container.
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
What's this feeling?
Prod at him and find out.
Doesn't seem a little callous to you, guard even your leftovers from the poor.
Callous? What are you, Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
Tell me more.
He killed himself.
Maybe I am.
What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container?
No, I'm not going to
Was
push
there
Kim.
something you wanted? What for, Mazov?
We need the
Are you
keys.
planning to nationalize my trash container?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
Thank you.
Hey. Psst.
What's up?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
How come there's a word on the
Keep
street?
saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
I've said some mildly left with things, but none of those.
Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it? Failure.
What's this
It's
communism even about?
Failure. Yes.
Failure.
Abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished. beaten, curb-stomped and pissed on, until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world. You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist. Now get to work, comrade.
Well, I mean, I always think about it. So a little look behind the curtain since I actually know how this works. You can opt into multiple things to take a look and figure them out. You only need to decide what you believe in at later points. And I'm sort of tossed up between two of them, but this is one of them.
Oh yeah. Get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
Wait, I'm not sure about that.
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
I have a new thought. Communism. People think that communism idea was some crazy idea that had to come up in 40 years ago. A fever that shook the world never to return again. They were right. Until he woke up today. A spiritual corpse responsive only to the call of Commodore Red prostitutes and the Crossmasov. For him, communism is still a thing. He was single-handedly raised a commune of 02 from the oceanic trench where it has been resting covered in ghosts and seaweed. He is the big communism builder. Common witness his attempt to rebuild communism in the year 51. Alright, let's internalize the thought. Let's think about communism.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it.
Alright, let's see if we can do this with our shit fully compressed.
As you breathe in, the odor comes over you.
We managed it.
It's the smell of the mind, telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. The spell has no effect. You stand eye to eye with it, the odor washing through you.
Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked.
Fair enough.
For a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Let's check out them boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Let's talk about.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
What kind of armor is this exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Where?
Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
What happened to rest of it?
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. Maybe he'll know something.
The sabatons dangle
Understood.
off the man's decaying form, ageless and synthetic.
The material looks out of place here.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
How much are we talking?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
Wait, I make that much money?
Not too much, yes.
No wonder I can't pay my hospital bill.
It's a sorry situation, I agree.
How can you afford this?
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company, but that's just hearsay.
These are pretty advanced for a security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Sounds fragile.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates, until there are hundreds of them altogether, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps.
What does this remind me of?
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice. The whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination, E50, 100, 1000.
We got a serial number here.
Good. Can you read it to me?
Here you go.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Let's check them tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars.
What will mine be marked by?
Alcohol and heartbreak.
Is this a map of the night sky?
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
I'm missing something here.
So am I.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
What's that?
A Trigger Sunshine Mini.
Trigger is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before you looks familiar somehow.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
This is the
Hell
first
yeah.
time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
I like that he loves his camera. That's his camera.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Sure.
I
Just
want
don't
to
lose
look
it.
at it later.
The
Will
glossy-eyed
do.
corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Let's inspect the belt.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships.
Don't give me how, but I know this is a lashing bill for airlifting cargo.
Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Apparently this is the reinforced cotton for air transport. My brain tells me so.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
They sure wanted to make sure he's up there. That's a reinforced line.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
So we're assuming it was a dock workers.
The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
No, my pass is undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains, my mother, the love of my life, certainly not a briefing.
Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
Thanks, buddy. Now how did they get them up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt, buckle closes. It's what I would do. Seems easier than climbing up there.
The cadaver hangs from the
All
cargo
right.
belt, limbs limp and torso covered.
Let's look him in the eyes.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression, not carried on his features, but below, inside, an expression of pleasure. This man was experiencing joy at the moment of his death.
Talk to me, dead man, what's going on?
I'm gone.
Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
This is why you pick Inland Empire, you get the weird shit.
In the past, way out in the west.
I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
You are now, but who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
Fair enough.
Go ahead, Coppo.
What's happening here?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your imagination.
Toilet.
Yeah, man! Don't be crazy! Inanimate objects and dead people can't really talk to you! Your wild imagination is doing this. Ask some more of those questions you love so much.
I will.
He loves those.
Why do I though?
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
A comical amount, please.
Coming right up, copperoonie Rooney. This is getting upbeat now.
Is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Of course not, the name is Raphael Ambrosius Casto.
Listen to yourself. You're not a Raphael anything. You're probably just Harry or something. That's right. Harry.
Feel like I've been getting a lot of that lately.
You might be onto something there.
Why do I feel like I forgot something terrible?
Because you have.
Fair enough. Who killed you?
Love did me in, Provocopo. It was love all along.
Why did you seem to be enjoying it?
Maybe I was getting my rocks off.
What dialect is that?
It's a mishmash, Copabolo. You think I'm Messinian, don't you? For you, this is how people from Messina speak like.
I'm not sure what that is.
Well, I'm not from Messina, am I? My hair is too light a shade of brown. Trust your inner racist.
What are you racist now to?
You think I am. You think I was a racist because this lump looks military and has tattoos. That's called profiling.
See, we're having fun.
Do I look like an erotic auto-asphyxiation type to you?
Yes.
Captain Coppadromo. I fear we are drifting away, fixating on sexuality again.
Yes, I love that
Let's go
exchange.
with a simpler question.
He didn't choke himself. You know it.
Can you ask me a question?
Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this?
What?
Looking at my face, motionless, looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Maybe it'll lead to something. Fair enough.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Okay. Let's take a step back and look.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
I'm squinting. Why am I doing it?
How should I know why you are squinting, officer?
Space and hands are pink size too, the rest is greenish.
Oh. You are trying to assess lividity.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
I see bruises.
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
I agree.
There are crow's feet in his eyes. He's laughing silently. His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead.
Sure, the corpse
Too heavy.
looks by, oblivious. Black decay liquid drops from his knee to his boot.
I think he was upright.
What do you
immediately
think?
after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet, and his neck. The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think.
Could even moved after death.
There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
How do we get them down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver?
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo. His eyes dark
Let me
brown.
check
Underneath
one
the
thing
curb
first.
There is an
Why do you think so?
It's an
Okay.
intuition.
The corpse looks right.
The steel
All right, I
reinforced
think
belt
we're
presents
good.
a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
Could we saw the branch?
Climb up there and saw the branch? There has to be a less risky way.
Seems
With
dangerous.
less falling down of trees. Someone else?
Can
You
someone
mean,
do
like,
it?
The police?
Fair point.
Sadly, yes. The whole RCM is out there right now, doing the exact same thing we are. Are we in a rush to help them? Not with this on our hands. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Maybe we can ask for help from the harbor.
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
But what other options?
I guess let's
The corpse
reconsider.
twists on the belt.
We'll be back in a minute. 4 more next time.
This trash container is locked. The
But
slot
first
with a
I'm going to do
well-oiled
this.
Crack. The lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
I'm going to.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest.
Let's
with
search
one
under the
broken egg in
boxes.
it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Let's check the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans.
Sounds good to me.
Empty. Or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt,
Let's see.
olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
Think someone might have been involved.
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
The lieutenant nods.
All right.
Then looks back into the trash container.
Let's check that food
It's
waste.
just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this?
I'm pretty sure there's something here.
Plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork? Yes, it is.
I hope not.
This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
Maybe I didn't want to be a cop anymore.
Well...
His eyes express a rare condolence. Then he picks it up.
Lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
Fair enough.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
Charming.
Only in its social sensibility. The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
All right, we got some good loot here. We've got some interactable things that we will check out next time. We are going to be finishing this video game as we go. It's not a short one, but we should be getting it done within the month. It's also not too terribly long. We'll see. Well, at least beginning extremely political in a while. You don't avoid damage, but you do have a much harder time passing some checks if you don't have the gloves. It's a very good one yet. All right, folks. That was Disco. We'll be playing more soon. I expect to see you all here promptly on Thursday. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Donate a plethora of bits for the sake of my political sanity. That's a start. See you guys later. Bye bye.